Hello. Once again, it's been a minute since I've been on here. I'm trying to be better about it, but well, first off, my computer was all fucked up. I don't really know how it happened because I have schlepped that computer all over the country on the train for 6 months, and even before that, I had it for like 2 or 3 years and didn't treat it that great because I'm not good at that. And I'm good at that with some things, but I didn't treat it poorly. Like I put it in padded sleeves and stuff that are designed for holding computers. And anyway, last weekend or the weekend before, when was Nerd Party? It was last weekend. I took my computer to an event. I didn't even really mean to. I just automatically put it in its little sleeve and stuck it in my con bag and brought it to this Pride festival that I was selling books at, and it sat in my bag, and then I brought the whole bag home, and then I was like, oh, I need to do something on my computer, and I pulled it out, and it was all fucked up. The screen, the corner was all smashed or something. It was sort of, you couldn't tell unless it was turned on, the screen was on, but then when the screen was on, it was all lines, cracks, and then the rest of the screen was just anyway, it's bad. I couldn't use it. So I had to get a new one, and so that took a few days and was expensive. Why are computers so expensive? I need them to survive because I have jobs that require computers, including this one. Doing this YouTube channel, and I don't know if I can really call it a job. It doesn't pay me anything at this point, but not everything has to be monetized. Society, fuck you. So anyway, and then also I've just been really stressed out because life and being an author is stressful. I don't know if I've mentioned that. I feel like I've mentioned that a couple times, but I can't do anything else. I have other skills. That's not the issue. This is what I want to do because I'm insane. I don't know why. It's stupid. I don't make any money, and it's hard, and it's complicated, and there's so many moving parts to juggle, but I'm stupid is the only explanation I have. A lot of us are. So anyway, but I am gonna turn this into a podcast. I think that's a thing that I want to do because again, I'm crazy and don't know when to stop doing things. But okay, so there's a couple of reasons I want to do that. One, because it'll be cool to be yes, I have a podcast. Yes, but also because I feel like that'll force me to show up more. Although I feel like I show up pretty frequently. It's just in the last couple weeks that I've been kind of slacking. But it'll force me to show up more. It'll force me to show up for longer. And I feel I don't know, I've had a couple people tell me that they really enjoy this. And so I feel like getting it in front of more people so that more people can enjoy it and do that. So I'm mostly going to try and have one every week that's just me, and one every week that's me and another author. But you know me, I'm just, it's gonna be sporadic. It's still not gonna be every Thursday at 10 a.m. So I shouldn't even have said that, because now there's going to be at least one person who's just all right, every Thursday at 10 a.m. Don't be that person, because that's not going to happen, and you're just going to be disappointed, and then hopefully not go on Goodreads and leave bad reviews of my books or something. That's something somebody on Goodreads would definitely do. Goodreads is a cesspool. Don't go on Goodreads. If you want to leave reviews for indie authors, though, that's a really nice thing to do, and you could do that on any other platform, literally any other platform. Don't do Amazon though, because everybody does Amazon. I have so many reviews on Amazon, and I have 3 reviews each on Kobo and Barnes and Noble, and I don't know if I have any on Apple, because I don't use Apple products. First off, I feel once you learn one operating system, just like stick with that fucking operating system, because they're all just like slightly different. Like they're similar enough that it's really hard to like know the differences, but then when you find the differences, it's just like, I don't know, it's bad. So anyway, but also when I was like in my 20s, somebody used an iPhone to stalk me for several months, and so I don't know, somehow that soured me on Apple products, which is, I mean, obviously not Apple's fault, but also like, I don't know, Apple, well, I use all Google products, so I can't be like, Apple's an evil corporation, because Google's just as bad. They're all bad. Microsoft isn't any better either. So it's like Windows, Apple, Google, just pick the one that makes like the most brain sense. I don't know. I guess if you're like really pure of heart and tech savvy, you use like Linux, which I have done in the past, because that same person who stalked me for several months using an Apple product was like really into computers and like had me set up with a laptop with Linux on it, and like, I don't know, it was lovely. It was, I would say Google though is like the most similar to that as far as like the big tech giants go, so that's what I use. I use an Android phone, Android tablet, Chromebook, computer, and they all talk to each other, and it's nice. So this is fun. I'm just like this person who considers herself an anarchist talking about which of the three big tech giants should we support. Although you got to throw Amazon in there if you're talking about tech giants. I mean, they don't have like an operating system, but like, you know, they're evil and techy. What was I talking about though? I was talking about podcasts. I'm going to do a podcast. So yeah. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, oh no, I want to keep watching it on YouTube, that's fine. That's fine. I'm going to keep it on YouTube. I'm just also going to put it on all the other places. Like, I guess I'll start with Substack, because they have like podcasts. I'm already on Substack. I have two Substacks. I don't know if you know that. I have my Neurodivergent Nomad, which I really need to be updating, because I haven't updated it in a long time, and I've traveled twice since I updated it. It's my travel blog, so I'm gonna update that. And I'm sorry to all the people who follow it, especially you, Marion, if you're watching this and you're like my only paid subscriber on Substack. I'm so sorry that you paid for it and then like I stopped like right after that updating it. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna start back up again. I'm so sorry, Marion. I love you. Please don't abandon me. So anyway, so I have the Neurodivergent Nomad, which is my travel blog, and then I have my like newsletter, my author newsletter thing on there as well, because I had it on Flowdesk, which is, you know, like a it's not like a platform, it's like a I don't, what do they call it? It's like a email service, like MailChimp or MailerLite, but it's I don't know, it's prettier. Anyway, I had it there, but then, you know, they like charge you every month, and I'm like, you know, if I just moved it over to Substack, that's free and I don't have to pay for it. And like, it's a little bit limited, but that's what I do it on. Anyway, so you can follow me there and I will tell you things. But honestly, if you're already on YouTube, like, I tell you more things here. So, but no, because join the Substack, because then I have your email address and you can never leave. That's not true. You can unsubscribe at any time. But I don't know, because like on platforms like YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, like, you know, you don't actually have anyone's contact information and it can be pulled away at any moment. So we do want you to subscribe on places like Substack, where I can like back up my list, and then if it goes away, I can like find you on another platform and follow you. But again, you're in control too, because it's, you can unsubscribe. No stalking, right? We've been there. Stalking is bad. Yeah, so anyway, so with the podcast thing, that means that I'm going to try and make all of these lives like at least 20 minutes, which means I'm going to have to find 20 minutes of things to talk about, which sometimes is really easy and sometimes is really hard. It's funny how that works. And sometimes you think you have nothing to say and then you talk for like 20 minutes. And then sometimes you're like, oh, this is great. I have so much stuff going on. I'm going to get on here. And then you say it all really fast and it's like 3 minutes long. So it's very unpredictable because I am a chaos goblin, which is a way that I identify chaos goblin. Woo! Um, it's funny too because it's like same with like tutoring. Like I do this tutoring thing sometimes. Like I signed up for this platform because of course these platforms are always like you can make so much money doing this and it's all from home and it's so easy. And then you get on them and there's like so many other people on them and not enough clients, and like every time you reach out to a client or potential client they're like, oh no, somebody else already got there. But anyway, so I have two people on here, and like I don't know, I've had more before, but I just decided that I hated the platform, but so I'm like really choosy about who I get on there. But anyway, so I tutor this one little girl. She's in 7th grade, so I guess she's not like a little girl, but like kid who, I don't know, she just like clearly has dyslexia and she like wants to learn so hard, but like she moved around a lot as like when she was littler, and so she's like super behind, and so I was like, I can't abandon this child, and so I tutor her in reading. And then I just started tutoring this like, I don't know, like probably 20-year-old kid who wants to write a comic, so I'm very excited about that. But anyway, it's like I'll make this like hour-long lesson plan thing that's supposed to take an hour, and then like 15 minutes in I'm like, oh fuck, we've already gone through all of the like exercises and stuff, and so I don't know what I'm doing wrong because it's supposed to be an hour. Like that's the program that I'm using to like make these lesson plans is like, yes, this is an hour-long lesson plan, and then it's just not. And so then I'm just like, okay, how about you I'm gonna give you a prompt and spend 10 minutes writing it, and I'm just gonna sit here and find other things for you to do after that. So the point that I'm making is that I'm very efficient. It's a positive thing. It's not a negative thing. I'm very efficient. I wish I could write that fast as I teach, I guess. I don't know, but so anyway, so having no computer for like a week means that I'm like a week behind on writing too, which sucks. And then, I don't know, I'm also like really stressed out by the place that I'm living because I have 3 roommates and none of them clean. None of them clean. So I have this choice to make. Either I do all of the cleaning, which is not ideal, or I live in squalor, which is also not ideal. So I'm looking for a new place to live. And then also, my fucking roommate, 2 of them, I think, at least one of them, but I think 2, are letting my fucking cat out, which is not okay because cats are an invasive species that kill all of the local wildlife for no reason. Like, not no reason, but like just on instinct not to eat because they have got like their little kibbles and pates and they're very well fed. And then they just kill the local wildlife, and then those birds and stuff are dead for no reason. Like, it's pointless. And then also, I've had multiple cats die because my ex also refused to keep them inside. And so it's like I've got this trauma about it. Like, I literally had a cat once jump in through the window, make a horrible noise. So she like jumped under the bed. She made this horrible noise, and literally by the time I got off the bed and around to where she was dead. It was just so fucking traumatic. And so, yeah, no, I don't want my cats going outside because there is poison. And like, there's also, like, I live on a busy intersection. There's fucking cars just like, and then like, he's a very social cat, and there's like people walking by, and it's like, if one of those people is like a bad person or even like a well-meaning person who just like decides he's a stray and takes them in, you know, like I can't. So there's nobody out there, so I'm just gonna say it on here. I'm looking for a new place to live. And I think I found some place, kind of. So the problem is, so it's like so I can't afford to live by myself, probably, not here. I could afford if I moved back to St. Louis, but who wants to live in St. Louis? Sorry, people who live in St. Louis. I know there's probably some of you watching. Hi, Melissa. I know you watch. But I don't know. Like, I need mountains, and I need an ocean nearby, even if I rarely go there. I need to know it's there. And also, I don't know. I don't really enjoy hearing gunshots, like, in the middle of the night outside of my house. Just a personal preference. So murder capital USA, not really where I want to be. But anyway, so I can't really even afford like a studio apartment here right now. So I'm like looking for probably like a 2-bedroom to have just like one roommate, but it's really hard if you don't already know somebody who's also looking for a roommate. And so yeah, but I think I found a place, but it's like a lease takeover, and there's 2 people who live there right now, but they're both moving out, so then like you need another person. And they were like, oh yeah, you can just like apply and like the manager knows what's happening. But then like I guess they talked to the manager and they were like, yeah, so you either need 2 people applying together, or the person who applies needs to be making $4,000 a month. And I'm just like, that's not gonna work. I did pick up an extra shift on my like day job, which really sucks because I was like kind of hoping I would be like paring that down soon, not moving it up. And that's gonna cut into writing time too. Yay. I did spend 4 hours yesterday applying for a grant, which I probably won't get, but that'd be really cool if I did. So it's like $25,000 for Oregon artists, and I guess they like alternate like each year, like what they like cycle through, like what kind of artists, like what medium. And so this year they're doing media and literary. And so I'm like, literary, I am an author, I'm a literary artist, and I like super qualify for it, except for I'm a little concerned about, so they want you to be like have been active for 7 years, and I've been publishing books for 5 years. I've been having poetry published in like journals and stuff for longer, but not as consistently. So I'm a little concerned that like maybe that's going to be an issue. I don't know. Also, they only give it to 60 people. And I mean, like, I don't know, like 60 is kind of a lot, I guess, when you're talking about like it's just Oregon people, but also like I don't know how many people applied for this thing. And I feel like I'm always either underqualified or overqualified for these things, but it does seem like they're looking for quote mid-career people, and like I don't know, I feel like I do tick every single box except for that like 7-year. But again, like I kind of do. I don't know, it's a little bit iffy, but then also I don't know, it seemed like they might have been kind of like wary of like indies, because it was like, if you're self-published, you need to be able to demonstrate consistent readership, which I don't know how the fuck you want me to do that. Like, I guess like the fact that I'm still publishing like should tell you that people are still reading it. I don't know. Or like it didn't even really ask questions that would allow me to demonstrate that. So I don't know. There was one point where they were like, they wanted samples, and then they wanted like a description of the samples. And they like reiterated at that point, like it has to be either have a critical review process, or if you're self-published, you need to be able to, again, demonstrate consistent readership. So I was like, when I was looking at one of my books, Magic Today, on Amazon, because I needed to have an exact publication date, because like I knew it came out in 2020, but I wasn't sure like exactly what month and stuff. I was like looking at that, and I noticed that it's like number 42 under because Amazon does like ranks in their stores, so it's like number 42 in humorous fantasy and number like 80 something in LGBT plus fantasy. So I was like, okay, well those are good numbers. Like when you think of all the books on Amazon, like that's good. And I think I was like not that high, like not that low on the like overall store of like free books, because that book is my my perma-free. You can download it for free on any platform, because you know that's how we get you. The first one's free, so it's the first in my 5-book series. Anyway, so yeah, it was like, I don't know, 17,000 or something like that. Like that's a pretty high number when you consider, like, again, all of the books on Amazon. So I just kind of copied and pasted that in there. So I'm hoping that that like tells them like, yeah, okay, she's got some readers. And like I said earlier in this video, I have a lot of reviews on Amazon. I have like, that one is like kind of low actually. I think it's like 89 reviews, but the stars at 4.5. So like, you know, that's a good average for 89 reviews. And then like my other one, A Cursed Key and a Corkscrew, which you'd think the free one would have more reviews. Like I feel like that's how it usually goes. But A Cursed Key and a Corkscrew, which is not free, I think has like 150 reviews, which still isn't amazing. I would like to have more. So I guess I shouldn't have told y'all to not leave reviews on Amazon. I guess I want more on Kobo and Barnes and Noble though. And like Smashwords. It would be nice to get some sales on Smashwords. I don't know if you're aware of Smashwords, but it is a platform that is entirely indie books, and it's available literally anywhere in the world, which is cool because most platforms like Amazon, Kobo, etc. have specific storefronts for specific countries. And so if you're not in those countries, you may or may not be able to access those stores. So like Amazon has like the US, obviously. They have Amazon.com's US. They have Amazon.ca, which is Canada. They have, you know, they have a UK, they have a France, they've got Spain, they've got Germany. You know, they've got all of these different storefronts. Barnes & Noble is only available in the United States. Kobo has a storefront for Canada, a storefront for, you know, UK, a storefront for Australia, etc. They all have these storefronts. Smashwords just has one storefront, and they accept a really wide range of payment methods. I guess that's not what I mean, but like you can pay Smashwords via PayPal, which is available anywhere in the world, or you can pay via like, I think Stripe. You can pay different ways, and so wherever you are in the world, Smashwords is available, and that's really cool. And then they also like will put your books into all these different formats too, not just EPUB. So like if somebody's reading on a computer, it might be easier for them to read in other formats, or I think they have like browser based, like it's really accessible, I guess is the point I'm making. And unfortunately it's not a very pretty storefront, which I think has hurt it a lot, but they recently, like in the past couple of years, got bought out by Drafted Digital, which is a distributing which Smashwords is also a distributor. Like you can use them to get into like libraries and stuff too, which is nice. But then they also have their own storefront. But anyway, Drafted Digital does not have their own storefront, so they bought Smashwords to have that. And they, I know, are planning to put some energy into making it prettier and more functional, and that's really great. But anyway, if you want to like support indie authors, check out Smashwords. It's just smashwords.com. I'll put it in the description of this video. And yeah, check it out because it's all indie. It's really accessible. They deserve to have more eyes on them. They deserve to have more people using that platform. And I think they're running a big sale right now, or it's coming up soon. I got an email about it and I meant to put my books in. And you know how I'm just like running around like a chicken with its head cut off and like not doing all the things I should be doing? Well, I didn't do that, but I have in the past, and I think I've sold exactly one copy of a book there. In the entire time I've been publishing, I sold like one copy of A Cursed Key and a Corkscrew. But they're also really good if you read sexy books. They are one of the few platforms that doesn't try to like hide erotica and stuff like that. So I have actually gotten quite a few downloads of my new pen name, my Even Night, my Sapphic stories, because they're very sexy. In fact, that's really all there is. There's no plot. It's just like, so if you want like suffix, but check out Eva Knight is my pen name for that. And you may as well go to Smashwords for it because it'll be easier to find than on Amazon or Barnes and Noble, or like it's there, but it's harder to find because they kind of suppress things like that because they're prudes. That's fun. So yeah, Smashwords, give it a shot. You can definitely use that for any e-reader. They only have ebooks, by the way. It's no print, but if you read on an e-reader, you can put Smashwords books on a Kindle or a Kobo or a Nook or a phone or a tablet or whatever, and it'll work. It's the same. You can get EPUBs, which is the format that they all use. So, okay, well, it's been 25 minutes, so I managed to fill that time. Yay. All right, I'm gonna go now. Bye. I need to get in the habit, though, of like ending the stream